For my book talk, I will be speaking on the book Something to Prove, the great Satchel Paige versus rookie Joe Dimaggio story. So back in the day, if you guys aren't aware, baseball was separated into two different leagues. So it was the pros, and then that consisted of all white baseball players. And then the other league was basically made up of all black players back then. Segregation was a big thing, and even in baseball, the black players weren't allowed to play with the white players. There could be a black player who, is a great player, like the case of Satchel Paige, who's presented in this book, who's great, but since he's black, he couldn't play professionally. This book is based around a game that was played back in the day between Satchel Paige and Joe Dimaggio. Joe Dimaggio was a rookie back then, and the Yankees wanted to sign him, but before they did so, they wanted to play him against great players to see if he was Yankee material. And this story, the main characters are Satchel Paige, Joe DiMaggio, and something good about this book as well is it's got a historical aspect to it. So it gives a rundown of the game and how it went between Satchel Paige and Joe DiMaggio, but as well as that, it gives a history of baseball and how it was back then, as well as Yankee history. I think this is a great book to read because while it is a children's book, it does show like a real aspect to the game of baseball. It shows how hard it was for someone who was African American back then to play the game of baseball. And not only that, but it's got the historical aspect to it, and it's got that competitive sports aspect to it as well, which I thought was great.